All right, so I just went live on my channel, so I got to introduce. So we got Paolo Sales here, first guest, and he asked if we have been FBMing lately. No, I have not.
I have. I've maybe 600 orders so far in the last like week and a half.
What about you, man?
That's great. Me? No. This year, I just spent more time with my daughter. I decided that FBM's kind of crazy, and definitely next year.
Did you FBM last year?
I did. It was wild. Like 80 orders a day, probably for me on average, and that was it.
Mm.
And I just started only like 5 months before that, 4 months. So
Was
it
it
was insane for me.
Was it for the whole Q4? Was it only November, December?
Yeah, it was probably like December 5th till like January 5th. A couple of days of
Gotcha.
breaks, but for me, for my ASINs that were out of stock in FBA, I was printing money. So I just kept buying as long as I could.
Let's go, dude. That's crazy.
Yo, Kevin, check your mic to make sure your Yeti's picking up.
Do I sound low or something?
No, you sound like the mic is far. Like you doesn't sound as crisp as before.
My bad. Let me check this out. Dude, I'm using the webcam mic.
It actually sounds pretty good for being
Really?
a webcam. Yeah.
It does, yeah.
What about now? Did I
Say it
change
again?
Just beer.
What about now? Does it sound better?
It's not picking up
Yeah,
the background.
Oh, it was echoing, dude.
No, it wasn't echoing. We could just hear like commotion in the background.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah, sounds good.
Bet.
Millennial Mom says, "Does anyone do A to A?"
I do not.
No,
No.
me either.
I bought Garrett's course on it, all out Amazon, but I haven't looked at it honestly. I've been slacking on it, but yeah, no, I've heard some people do good with it though. With the Keepa, they track so many products and stuff. I guess it's just something you got to build up to do it successfully.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I have a few friends doing well in it too, and it's probably like only 5% of their business, right? But it's a different way to make money that a lot of people don't use overall, right?
Yeah. Paolo, I saw you posted something a little bit ago talking about the yo-yo.
Yeah,
Can you talk a little bit more about that and kind of your strategy?
yeah. So the yo-yo strategy, you can actually use all year round, but right now it makes the most sense to use it. But what it comes down to is once you set the minimums and the maximums on your repricer, you can most repricers support it. You can have the yo-yo function, which is basically and you can adjust these numbers, but this is just an example. Every 3 hours, you can raise your prices from wherever they are in the buy box to the maximum price that you have within your repricer, and you can hold that for 20 to 15, 20 to 30 minutes. I'll say is probably the numbers people use. And what happens there is one, you can actually pull up the buy box to that level and make sales. And I do make sales every day using this method in many ASINs. And the other thing that it can do is it helps bring up the buy box over the entire of all the sellers, because other repricers see that you're repricing up and they want to reprice up too. So it's a strategy you can use right now, especially with a lot of FBA sellers just not having enough stock to ship right away. So it's an easy opportunity to make an extra 10% to 20% instantly, just because you're there, So
Right. I've heard of the yo-yo strategy, and maybe this is what you're doing, but I've heard about it. People like implementing it late at night. Is that the same thing, or is yours doing it the whole day?
it's doing it the whole day. You can also do the yo-yo strategy overnight at 2 in the morning or something like that, and just do it once. And it's kind of like the same idea, trying to raise the buy box price. But now that Q4 is kind of like the demand is insane, depending on the product, you can really increase the price for a short time and make that money.
Right. It's good to
Yeah,
know.
that makes sense because I did not hear of yo-yo repricing. Well, the only time I've heard of it is seriously is when Scott Needham talks about it, and he's like he does it at night. But it does make a lot of sense why you would do it right now in Q4 because, like you said, the volume is crazy. You know, people selling out, and it's easy opportunity.
Exactly. So definitely do that if you haven't. I think most of the prices support it, or you can actually create a condition. So look into it at least.
Right. Well, cool. We got 8 people in the live. So if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask them. To give you guys a little bit about Paulo, he started in private label. God, man, this man's on TikTok.
My bad, my bad, my bad.
So to give you guys a little bit about Paulo, he can go into more depth about it. But Paulo started in private label, then transitioned over to online arbitrage and wholesale, from what I understand. So he's got a lot of experience in the three main models that Amazon sellers usually go into. So he's here, ask questions. He's got a lot of good knowledge. So
Oh, I didn't know that, Paolo. You started with private label,
I did. The
and
hardest one.
oh yeah,
Supposedly hardest. They're all kind of hard, you know?
and did one of your products take off or anything, or did you just move on to the next business model type stuff?
That's exactly what happened, Kevin. My first product on private label tanked, and I lost a lot of money, about 12,000. So,
Yo,
I saw a course and I bought it. It was affordable. I was like, you know what? It's worth it. I already have the account, and the rest is history.
dang man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a write off, unfortunately. But hey, I wouldn't be here without that. I don't think
yeah.
so.
And people would just quit after that. They'd be like, "Yo, what is this?" Then just get off.
Bro, 12 grand, my wife would kick me out. I promise. She'd be like, all right, you're done.
Mhm.
Stick to the 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She said, you're not made out for this. But that's awesome. I mean, he kept on it, you know?
Yeah, that was my question to Paolo too. Will you ever go back to private label or just nah?
You know, I've thought about this, and thanks for asking it. I would do it again if I had a partner that had experience and is looking to take on a partner type of situation. So they've done it, multiple times. They know what they're doing. They just need maybe capital, or they need my expertise in an area, let's say, right? If a situation like that were to come up, I would definitely really consider it, depending on many things, including whoever I'm partnering with. So, but by myself, I would want to rather just focus on one thing. Wholesale is my focus now. So I think I'll go further if I just focus on one thing. But that's kind of like the only situation where I would consider private label again, because it's very capital intensive, and before you make a dollar profit, it takes you a long time. You know, 6 months plus if you're sourcing from China.
Oh wow. And I mean, this is just me asking, right? I've heard of some people. I think specifically, I'm not sure. I could be wrong about the person, right? But Taylor Jones, I think he said he does private label a little bit, and he says he does test runs of products. He said he does like a whole bunch of different products, but like 1 to 10 units of the products only, and test them.
Mhm.
And whichever product does good, he goes with or whatever. Did you do anything like that, or did you just do one product or test 2 or 3 products when you first started?
Yeah, since everything was so new for me, I kept it simple and just went with one product. I did the research on the keyword and the marketplace, but I do know of some people that did employ a strategy of using 3 different products, but now you're creating 2 or 3 listings, or 3 children listings, depending on how you set it up, like different colors and things like that. So it really depends on how much money you have too, right? Because, and where you're pricing it. So there's a lot to consider, but that's definitely one strategy that I think most people don't use, but maybe experienced sellers would use that more often, right?
Yeah, gotcha. If you don't mind me asking, what was like the average sale price of your private label, or just the price of itself of the one product you said?
So my target price was $35 for this product with a landing cost of $14. But by the time I actually had it in market, the average price for this product and of my average competitors was like $27, $28 and going down every week. So that's what ultimately killed me is Chinese sellers that are willing to take a 0% profit to take market share. But so yeah, but you can start off at $80 product, $100 product. It really just depends on how good your research is, because if there's demand for it and it's a great product, you can do really well.
It's funny. I'm like thinking, well, logically, you're like, the price can't tank on my private label product unless I lower the price. But I forget, like you're competing with other people selling the exact same product, or not the exact same, but very similar, which is your competition.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm like, bro, how does your price tank? But that's how.
Yeah, if you don't have like a new technology or new invention, that it's like a clear choice of why someone would pay $5 more or whatever, it's a race to the bottom.
Yeah, supply and demand. A lot of supply, the same demand. The price is going to go down. So it was
Yeah.
a big lesson learned for sure.
And let me ask you this: when they do that, I don't know if you've kept track of your product or not, whatever. Does the price ever go back up? Do they ever raise it again? Or they
I
just
haven't
go
looked at it,
down?
but I will say this: the products that have more reviews,
Yeah.
like a product with 5 reviews versus a product with like 350. The 350 review product can typically increase the price over time and maintain their sales because people trust reviews, people trust a good listing. But the reviews are very powerful in private label. If you have 0 reviews, good luck. You know what I mean? You really gotta hope you have a really good product and a price competitively. So
Sheesh.
there's a lot of things to consider in private label. So OA and wholesale is definitely less decisions to be made and less risk to some extent, right?
Yeah. For the sounds of it, yeah.
Good questions. Yeah, good questions, man. Yeah, there's a lot of pain sometimes when I think about the private label.
That's
But
actually how I was introduced to Amazon FBA through the pirate label model.
Yeah, me too. Like back in 2018.
Yeah, my dad somehow got a hold of this course. He paid money for it, and their main teachings were private label. I didn't really hop onto it because I was like, man, like I'm not really like creative, like artistic in the sense like of creating a new product. I would I'm like one of those I'm a pioneer in the product world. What I mean by that is like if a good product comes out, I'm like probably one of the first ones to get it. But like as far as like creating products, that wasn't really my thing. But yeah, that slowly transitioned into like finding out about wholesale. Millennial Mom asked, do you recommend having separate seller accounts for private label and wholesale?
actually, I just went through something like this. What I got out of it was if you're looking to possibly exit in your private label one day, or just have an asset protection that's separate from your wholesale business or OA business, it's highly recommended to have another account on Amazon and open a separate business, depending on what your tax situation is, LLC or partnership. And that way, at least by law, your product will be protected, right? Liability wise. But on the Amazon side of it, if you have the same address, same phone number, same computer you log into those different accounts, they're going to be linked to the back end. So if one account you actually have an IP complaint and they shut down your account for Section 3, the other one's also affected. So it doesn't make sense if you're just trying to separate because of Amazon, because Amazon will still link you on their end. But for liability wise and possibly even tax, depending on your situation, yeah, it's a good idea to separate them.
Definitely.
One thing about wholesale and OA versus private label is private label is your business, it's your brand. You actually have value that you can sell that company for a certain amount after some time. Well, with wholesale and OA, that's definitely not the play. Typically, it's typically hard to sell that business, and that's what I've heard of. Things can change, but so I hope that makes sense.
Yes, sir. It does.
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
Paulo, go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot of people who want to buy somebody's OA or wholesale business.
It happens.
I mean, wholesale is different, but I would say OA.
So I'm part of a Facebook group of Amazon sellers, and believe it or not, there are many times where on there I see sellers go on there and say, "Hey, I'm selling my whole store inventory."
That's different. I'm
Right,
talking
right. They're
about
not
like
selling their
acquisition,
account.
like
Yeah,
acquiring it completely, like
yeah, yeah.
because
Yeah.
just selling off your inventory is whatever, you know.
Yeah, the other time that you have an opportunity to sell a business is when you have like a brand direct deal and a contract to back it up. So if you represent, I don't know, you just say Apple, right? Probably not likely, but if you represent them and you can distribute them for the next 2 years on Amazon, and you have 6 months of sales or a year of sales with this company and the profit, you can definitely sell that to somebody else for sure.
I'm guessing with well, I don't know. With wholesale, you're kind of selling your accounts in a sense, no? You're like your suppliers.
I would think so too, but
Probably also selling reviews, the review count.
yeah, people sell accounts.
Oh yeah.
People sell accounts for OA and wholesale. Specifically, some of the older accounts on Amazon, like 10 years old plus, they have like grandfather rights supposedly, and some people think that's powerful for protecting themselves from Amazon themselves. One account suspended, they use a separate computer and a separate everything else for another account. But some people want to mitigate risk that way, so it's definitely a business that you can sell to like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to ask you guys before we ask this question, right? I don't know how long ago, like I think like maybe a year ago in the mail, I got like a little postage card, and it was like, "I know you're an Amazon seller. I'm interested in buying your account." Like that was the first time. Like I'm assuming just the account, like not the that stuff. I was like, "That's the first time that's ever happened." Have you guys ever gotten like a card like that?
No.
It's like one of those cards that people send to you when they're like, "Yeah, we want to buy your house cash" type stuff.
Yeah.
It was exactly like that. I'm like, "What the heck?"
That's
So
crazy.
weird.
Crazy, yeah. Bizarre, honestly.
Millennial mom
I
says, "Oh my god, why would sellers be selling inventory?" Yeah, sometimes deactivation, sometimes they just quit Amazon in general.
Yeah,
Just
that's
kind of
true.
tired of it.
Crazy.
Some people give up after 2 weeks. I mean,
I'm not gonna buy somebody's inventory who quit for 2 weeks.
it happens. Think about it. Those bills come due quick.
A lot of people
Yeah.
over leveraged.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
People
That's
buying tons and tons on credit cards, and if anything were to happen with their Amazon account, it's gonna be sad. And there's a few people I know that happened to. So go ahead, Danny.
true. Dude.
You just reminded me. I'm going to go ahead and do that payout for today. Let's see. All right.
Cha-ching.
Nice little 3K. Not bad.
Yeah.
This man flexing.
Wasn't my biggest one. My biggest one was nice.
I don't even know what my biggest one was, dude. Do you do daily payouts, Paolo, or no?
I do.
Yeah.
Daily or every other day. If I see it, if it's like a couple $100, I don't do it. If it's like 2,000-3,000, yeah, definitely doing it.
Gotcha.
You got to. You don't want them holding on to your money?
No. Cash flow. This is a cash flow business. So you keep the money moving, you'll be earning more money.
For sure.
Millennial Mom says daily payouts fire. Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Do y'all got the instant daily payout? I'm not sure what it's like. What the
I
actual
did. It went
called.
away though.
They went away.
Then
Yeah, like it happened for like. Actually, hold on. I got a thing saying that you'll get it within 24 hours, right?
Something like that, yeah.
And then the first 3 times that I did it, it was like within 20 minutes. It was like right away. And then now it's just like I just did it right now. I'll wake up tomorrow morning, maybe in the afternoon it'll be there.
Gotcha.
interesting. Yeah.
No, because
I mean,
they
20
literally
minutes is
said like
fantastic.
instant. Like they said like instant. Like
Well, that's gonna. They should do that though. I mean, why? Why not?
I think they were charging for it like 90 cents per payout, like to be instant. I'm not sure if that was. I forget what they actually did, but
But
yeah,
that's gonna put one of those businesses out. There's a business out there that gives you X amount of your available balance, and you pay like a certain fee, 2 to 3%. I think it is, or something like
I
that.
don't know what it's called.
I don't know. I don't know either.
Payability.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, keep the questions coming. We love answering questions. Feel free to ask us anything you want. Paolo is pretty open book.
For sure.
Tons of knowledge in here. Just trying to get it out. Lots of mistakes. Lots of mistakes, I'll tell you.
Learning
That's where you
happens.
learn.
Yeah, right there, right when you mess up, that's where you learn. Not before, not after. Right there.
Yeah, man. I didn't know about that 12K. 12K private label was crazy.
Can you imagine that?
And I took money out of my Roth IRA too. I was like, but
Oh,
that's it is what it is. You know what I mean?
yeah. Paolo, how cold is it where you're at?
It's like 25, 30 degrees here in Boston. A little chilly.
Paolo's from Beantown, baby.
Good old Beantown, yeah. Bruins, Red Sox, Patriots, hated by everybody. But awesome teams.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the Pats this year, but
Pats are garbage.
yeah. But
Oh, this is a good one. This is my type of questions. I love the personal finance questions. Did you max out your Roth IRA for the year? Yes, I did. That's one of my favorite accounts.
$0 in that guy
Jeez.
this year. Yeah.
I was maxing it out for my wife and myself, but this year we did probably 60%. I still have till April to do it, but I rather reduce that and take my W-2 money and put it towards the business just to keep it, just keep buying stuff.
Yeah, millennial mom. I love the personal finance stuff. All of my Roth IRA is invested in VUG, which is a Vanguard.
What is it called?
What do you mean? What's it called? VUG is a stock that I buy. It's like a index fund that I buy.
It's index fund.
Yeah, it's like a growth.
What's the minimum you can buy?
Now they made them super easy.
Yeah.
Like you can buy partial shares.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you got $50, you can put it in there and it'll give you whatever percentage of the share is. So if the share is $100 and you got 50, they'll give you half a share.
I forget what I was doing the S&P 500. I forgot it had like a minimum or something. I think of 3K. Not sure if I'm correct on that or incorrect.
But yeah, wrong.
Yeah. Index funds.
Tony, when you do the Roth IRA purchases, do you do it by dollar cost averaging? So you just buy it weekly, whatever the cost is, you just buy it, and it's gonna average out to the highs and the lows. Okay, me too. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
for my case. Yeah.
Yeah, they say you should never try to time the market
Hmm.
if you're in it for a long haul, which that's the whole point of a Roth, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like there were some shares this year that I bought at like 260. There's some shares that I bought at 275. Some I bought at 280. And the ones that I bought at 280 were before the ones I bought at 265. So like you're like, oh man, I could have waited, to
Mhm.
buy them.
Yeah.
But now it doesn't matter because today the VUG's at 310.
Yeah.
So you can't sit here and just say, oh, let me see how I can time this. I mean, you'll drive yourself crazy. So
Absolutely.
I lost a lot of money. I'm trying to time the market.
Me too.
Yep. Oh,
You got muted, Danny.
Yeah. I was talking to my son.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I know I wasn't tripping on that because, like, I think, dude, I haven't contributed to my Roth in like a year or two. So I was looking at that. I was like, God dang. I put in the minimum, and then I didn't even max it out that year that I did it. And
Bro,
that's
you
the
need
last
to.
time I contributed to it.
You need to.
I am. I'm about to, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I do with my wife and myself is I automate it. I have savings automated, goes to Capital One savings. Roth
Yep.
IRA automatic. I don't even my
Don't even think about it.
revenue for Amazon. I have like 6 checking accounts: profit, taxes, inventory, expense, automatic. I don't touch it. Oh, I fine tune it, but not every day. Those payouts are just allocated. Very, very easy to figure out what the money is.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Do you ever find that your inventory is too low?
Yes, absolutely. So my inventory, if it's below 50, that's low at
50%?
Amazon. No, 50,000.
Got
That's
it.
low.
Got it.
Now, early in the year, it will be pretty good. Now I'm shooting for 120 by the end of the year. That's how I like prep my taxes and everything else. Is 120 is my number. If I'm below that, I'm really good. If I'm beyond that, then I need to maybe move money around Q1 just to pay my taxes. So tax strategy, once you start selling, once your profit is beyond 6 figures, I think tax strategy can, using like the Augusta rule or like an S corp at 50,000 profit. But you just really got to talk to somebody that's where you want to be and hear them out, and you'll have a better vision for where you want to be tax wise. Because a lot of people forget about taxes, throughout the year. They just think about it in
We're thinking
like,
about it in January, and it's too late.
wait, if you're going to pay taxes in 2023, you got to have the conversations for that in the beginning of 2023. When you're 2024, it's already too late. You're just kind of like bandaging it. So you got to talk to the right people: CPA, e-commerce experience, things like that. So highly recommend it.
Yeah. Think for me in the beginning, like I didn't know I had to put the money aside. Like I was just going and going. And then when that tax bill came, I was like, God damn. And then never again, I'm like, that's never gonna happen to me again. Because I was like so blindsided by it. I was like, bro.
Yeah, the IRS doesn't play. They do not play.
Nah, for
They'll
nothing.
come after your home.
To be honest with you, usually I have about half of what I owe, and then the rest of the half, I'll take it out of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I want the money's just gonna sit.
Yeah.
I'd
If
be
you put it
scared. I'd
aside,
just
yeah.
take it out. I just take it out and just leave it there. I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about this later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think the more you do your taxes for your business over time, you get better at it. You know what you're gonna pay. You have a better team supporting you.
You sort of
Right.
time it.
And you time it correctly. Yeah, I pay quarterly. Keeps me out of trouble with the IRS, right? As an S corp, and it's worked out really good this year. I'm really happy. Last year, kind of a mess. So things can change real fast.
Do you use Wave or QuickBooks?
Or zero. God, how
Zero.
many softwares are there?
Sheesh. I use none of these.
You naming all of them.
What
For
about you,
me,
Paul?
my bookkeeper, he uses QuickBooks Online. So he just shares that account with me, which is great. My CPA just logs into that too. I also use Gusto for payroll, and that links with QuickBooks. So I don't do anything with QuickBooks. I just connect. My bookkeeper gets everything, and we just have a call once a month to talk about what's going on, where I am, how's my balance sheet, how's my cash flow, and he gives me an idea. He's actually my teacher for the past 5 months about all this stuff, which is great. And I give him all the credit, Mike. But yeah,
Not your
just
dad's
QuickBooks.
CPA.
What?
Your is it not your dad's CPA? Is that the guy who's doing your taxes?
No, Mike from APA Tax in
Gotcha.
Pennsylvania. He's my
Gotcha.
bookkeeper and enrolled agent.
Yeah, no, it just happened to be some CPA e-commerce guy. His name,
Oh,
Mike.
yeah.
Yeah, is another dude.
Paolo, I got a question. Not tax related. Give me the top 2 things that you think someone must have to be successful in this business. And I mean successful not only like monetary wise, but like longevity.
I would say 2 things that come to mind real quick is you really got to enjoy it what you're doing. It's a numbers game. It's keeping track of spreadsheets. So of course, you can delegate this stuff, but in the beginning, you're probably gonna do a lot of it. You should try and just enjoy the process. You know what I mean? I've had many jobs in the past. I used to be a baker. I used to do. Well, I did enjoy that job, but I used to fill up like diesel trucks in a construction place. It's a horrible job, but I hated those jobs. Like I was like, "Ah, I can't do this anymore, you know. But I really enjoy Amazon. I enjoy the community probably the most out of everything. So I think you really need to enjoy what you're doing, right? And it's not like, you know, find something that you're passionate about. Sometimes what you're passionate about finds you. So like Amazon, I love math. I like keeping track of money and cash flow and these things. So like I just kind of stumbled upon it. You know what I mean? I wasn't looking for it. So I think that's a requirement, right? Just enjoy what you're doing. And two, you gotta have grit. I think that's for almost any business. You got to do the work. You have to take action. You got to take one step forward, 2 steps, even though it may be scary. It's the first time you're doing it, but you need that first step. And after that first step, there's another one and then another one. You may not see what's, 10 steps ahead of you, but you probably do know the next step. So I think grit, just doing the work and have that discipline. I think those two will take you really, really far in this business. And it's a long-term business too. So I think it'll take you very far at time and financially too. And I think if you do it for long enough, you're going to be successful.
Sure. It's a good answer. Love it.
What do you guys think?
Oh yeah. Shoot, dude. What was your question again, Danny? What you need to be a successful
Yeah, like what do you
seller?
think 2 characteristics of a person who what do they need to have to be successful? Not only like monetary, but like
Oh, just in general.
being in the game,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
like longevity, right? Because someone can come in and make 10 grand in a month, but like by month 2, they're out. You know, we know those guys. They're out there. So I'm asking like not only successful making money, but successful in the sense like you've built a business and you have 2, 3, 4, 5 years of this history, and that's what made you successful. So what do you think you need?
Hmm. I'm not sure if this is like a little different from what Paolo said, but you gotta be adaptable, dude. Like, if you do private label and you lose 12K and then you just you want to quit, like, Paolo adapted and went and go find something else that's gonna work, wholesale OA, um, to basically just keep going. Um, so that's one. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of things, honestly. It's too much to say.
Yeah. For me, let's see. I think you got to be, and this is like something that I try to do, just not only in the business, but like in just life in general. Like, I always want to be a student of life. In this business specifically, like, you may encounter something that you've never encountered, and maybe somebody who you know closely has. You have to be receptive to learn, right, from that person. Sometimes egos, like, oh, he knows that, but I don't want to learn it from him, And you may, like, sort of tongue in cheek, your ego may be so big that you don't want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Or you may express yourself to somebody and they may give you advice and you may maybe not take it for what it is, right? So you can say, I'm going through this, and the person might give you advice and you say, oh no, I'm not doing that. It's like, that to me, that's not a student of the game, right? Because, like, you're going through something. So I think you always got to be willing to learn. And then, to me, both your answers, like grit and adaptability, to me, those are sort of the same.
Yeah.
At least for me, is like, some of the things that I've done is like, for example, like going to pick up, 100 cases of a product, 30 minutes away in the middle of the day, and it's raining. That is grit. And that's adaptability too, because it's like, who wants to do that? Like, but for example, like, I've had somebody else do it for me, and they're like, oh man, like, I can't believe you're paying me this much to do it. I'm like, because I know how hard it is. Like, it's not easy. I'm not asking you to do it because it's easy. I'm asking you to do it because I don't want to do it because it's hard. I've done it before. So yeah, I think all the other bull crap that people worry about, the numbers, the spreadsheets, the products, the blah 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 blah, all that is really learnable. You can learn that. You can't learn being, I mean, it's like a blanket statement, right? Like, you can't learn to be adaptable, but like, that's sort of something that, like, it's in your blood. It's like ingrained inside of you to, like, make it happen.
For sure. Yeah, I like that answer. Gotta keep learning every day.
You never want to be the smartest person in the room.
For sure.
Unless they're paying you. I'm serious.
Yeah.
It.
Literally.
Yeah. I like that.
If they're paying you, it's because you're educating them. If they're not paying you, it's because you need some new friends. And everybody has their areas, right? Like, of expertise. Like, for example, like, I've never done a PPC campaign. Kevin showed me the other day how to do it. Like, I've never done that. Never. So, yeah.
Yeah. That man was missing out.
Yeah, I mean, just never think about it,
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. Right?
Hey, but Paolo, you need to be posting them stories as reels.
Right, dude.
Yes. Kevin,
I told him this a long time ago.
I let Kevin down. I let him down, and I apologize, Kevin, for not coming through with that.
Either just save him or something, because, like, I learned a lot from your reels, and, like, I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, and you can't go back and watch them.
You can't, because they're only 24 hours. Only you can. You can look at it in your account.
They're archived.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're archived.
That's good. Maybe I can save it from the archive and repost them.
What you should do is record the video on your phone, So you had the full length video,
9:16 aspect ratio.
and then just upload the video, and it'll cut it into the stories.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, if you go to post it as a
I'll-
story, it'll literally cut it into the stories.
I'll do that. I'm writing notes here so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a productivity app for anybody
Notion?
called Todoist.
Oh, okay.
Anything to keep track of your to-do
Simple.
list.
Yeah, simple, easy.
Simple. I used to keep everything in my head, and now that things got really complex with business, family, kid, what I want to do, if I keep it in my head, I'll forget it. But now that I use Todoist, I have between 3 and 10 things to do in a day, and I get them all done because it's there. Then he tells me, "Hey, we have a call at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Okay, make sure I'm ready for this. You know what I mean? Make sure I get ready before it." So, and I did. So,
For sure.
Kevin,
Yeah.
Millennial Mom. Yo, I thought this said BBC.
Brazilian. I'm from Brazil, so
Yeah, Brazilian. Yeah, exactly. Talk
maybe
PPC.
I'm thinking BBL. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about. BBL.
All right, spit that.
Yeah,
BBC
I'm probably not the
game.
best person to be asking about PPC because I think I don't look into it a lot. I just honestly what I do, and I'm not telling you to do this, right? Do this at your own caution if you want. But like I just get in my head, I get a certain amount of products. Sorry, have a certain amount of products that I know have like that I want to move or have like a certain rank. And then I just run PPC on them. You can just go run a campaign, put a daily amount, how much you want to spend on the campaign, and also you want to change your click. You don't want to go what Amazon recommends, like pay per click, literally how much you pay for the click. You want to change it to, I don't know. People say a whole bunch of random stuff, but I think I do 50 cents depending on what the items are, how many items I have in the campaign. But Paolo's probably a better person to ask about that because I hear him talk about PPC all the time on the stories.
I do talk about it all the time. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely you gotta get PPC running for your products. It's just extra margin. It's extra money there. It's maybe not the same profit, but definitely some profit there, right? Ideally.
Yeah. Do you have a campaign? I'm not sure who said this, but they have a campaign for all of their products.
I
You
do.
have one. Um, do typically your best products are those are the ones selling like that are getting clicked on the most? Like when you go through it and look like let's say you have a really good ASIN that's ranked really good, and let's say your budget is 10, 20, let's say it's $50 a day. Is the campaign putting like $10 of clicks on that specific ASIN, or is it just spread out like would you say evenly throughout all the products you have? Well, I mean, it's a lot of products. I don't know how many ASINs you have, right? But if you have it for all your ASINs, does the clicks usually go towards your best ASINs? Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot to this question.
Yeah.
That's gonna take a long time to answer completely. But to keep it simple, if you put a low ranking BSR, right? That's a product selling like crazy, and you add, let's say, if you create one campaign with all the ASINs, yeah, it tends to pull it, right? Because it will get more clicks.
Mm.
But all the other products, for the most part, won't get any clicks.
Exactly.
So they're never actually. There's no PPC being run on them at all. You'll see the impressions for them, right? If you get there's no impressions, it's your campaign's only going towards a couple products. So I always recommend if you're going to do the auto campaigns, do 10 ASINs or less per campaign with like a $30 budget and like 5 to 8 cents a click. If you keep it around there, you're never going to spend $30 in a day. It's going to be between probably like $2 and like $5. And it tends to it's not going to be even distribution of the PPC, but at least it will spread out more, And if you have one crazy product like, a 1,000 rank or something, BSR, I'll probably keep it by itself. Just let it do its thing. You'll have more control over it, and the other products that are more have similar rank, let's say, they'll be more spread out. So it's really every campaign is going to be unique. So you really got to track it on a week-to-week basis to see what's going on, and you can separate it or combine campaigns. Not combine campaigns, but you can move ASINs around, so you can still adjust that after the fact, which is nice. It's a nice feature to have.
Gotcha. And you mentioned for the automatic campaigns, right? Which is what I was talking about. So for manual campaigns, how does that work? Like I've never looked into it or anything. Like if you mind elaborating on it.
Yeah, that's a little bit more detailed. So Amazon provides the Opportunity Explorer within Sol Essential. I couldn't tell you how to get there right now, but
No,
essentially they give you the, if you put in the ASIN for many ASIN, they give you the keywords. Like, hey, this keyword here is doing well for the product. And you would take those keywords and put it in the campaign, either exact or broad or phrase. Usually broad and exact do well for me. But you never know. And then you can also use programs like Helium 10. They have a keyword reverse keyword search. So you put in the ASIN and it pulls out all the keywords, the rank of the keywords, if they convert or not, how much is the PPC cost for them. So you really have a lot of information to go with, but you can use those keywords for PPC. And I've done that for some products, and it's worked out really well. And if a keyword does not convert, so let's say, ideally every 10 clicks, you want to get at least one sale, and hopefully it's profitable. Your spend is less than your profit. But otherwise, if it's not selling, then you can make that keyword or that product ASIN and a negative keyword or negative product, and then Amazon won't use that anymore. You know what I mean? So you actually remove it from your campaign. So that you can only do that for broad and phrase, because the exact is you just turn off the keyword. But it's really a test for 2 to 4 weeks, for those exact and broad campaigns. And because I learned this from private label. So you collect the data for a month, and then you cut the fat. So you reduce your A costs, you tend to increase your profit, and you increase your rank. So,
cool.
Misha Flips says, "Hello guys, what's going on?
What up, bro? You late?
Can you imagine the front of his house right now?
I'm saying he's late, but this man's probably pumping.
What he shows, and he doesn't post a lot, it's amazing. Like, blows my mind every time he posts. I was like, holy moly, dude, you're doing this much volume, in this space. It's insane.
I love it. Millennial Mom says, "What's up, Misha? What's going on? It's crack-a-lacking."
Misha, you pumping out FBM or what? I'm not sure if you ever mentioned it or not last week. I don't remember.
Yeah, the amount of FBM some people are pumping right now, like they have garages filled with boxes and stacks of the UPS label, like this thick, like compressed.
They post a little pic. They post a little pic like with the labels in their hands. That's freaking crazy.
It's impressive.
I love seeing that shit.
I give it to them. They are working hard. They deserve all of the credit, all of that money, and all the benefits it brings. So that's the grit.
Oh yeah. Paolo, any end of the year plans? Just hanging around?
Yeah, hanging around and enjoying the time with my family. It's a big change. I did spend time with the wife last year, but now that I have a daughter, Athena. I only have this opportunity once in my life. She's only less than 1 year old for only 1 year. So I do want to enjoy more time with her, see her hit a milestone. So that's my focus. It's really just time with the family and Don't eat too much Brazilian food.
Picanha.
Picanha.
You can honestly eat quite a bit, and you'll be okay, Paolo.
Yeah, you got room.
I got room, yeah, but tequila doesn't help either. We know that.
Misha says 300 units a day minimum, 120 USPS, 150 UPS all day long, nonstop.
Jeez, bro.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's amazing.
Very impressive, Misha. Keep it up, man. Can't wait to see your numbers.
Millennial Mom says, yes, kids are only little ones. That is correct.
Yeah. They grow up quick.
Time and change are the only consistent things in life.
Mm-hmm. What about you guys? Are you guys doing any big plans for the end of the year or travel or anything kind of like that?
I'm just chilling at my house. Well, my in-laws' house. No, that's pretty much it.
I'll be in New Jersey. I'm driving there Saturday.
Oh,
Bring the thickest jacket you have.
yo, go visit
Let's go.
Misha.
Yeah.
Is Misha in
No.
Jersey?
Yeah, he is. South
He
Jersey.
is, yeah.
South Jersey. He's like probably like an hour and a half
Oh,
away.
shoot. Dang, I thought he was
Hey,
in-
but I'll go for the free leads.
Drive by the house.
Yeah, be like,
Yo.
dun, dun, dun. Ta-da-da. Yeah, this camera is wild. It literally follows me.
That's cool.
man.
That's
Got the new got the laptop. You just, not that smart yet.
yeah. Oh, are you moving around?
I'm moving around. Yeah.
Kevin
What
looks
about
crispy, though.
you guys
Huh?
planning on ASD or anything next year? Or any
I'm
of
probably
those
skipping ASD. I'm not sure though, 100% yet. What about you?
Me? If I go to ASD, it's only going to be a few days, but there's a lot of value in just networking with people. But you never know. I mean, ASD, there's opportunity there too. Not a lot, but like this particular accounts you can open that are really profitable or can be. But I think just the networking, just meeting with other sellers, like I had a great time at ASD because of that, and also at Amazon United was really fun. That's where I met Danny, and you were there too, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
But we didn't talk a whole lot.
I don't remember.
I forgot.
Yeah, I kind of forgot. But but yeah, I think if I were to go to ASD, that's what I would do.
I'd rather go to Miami to network instead of going all the way to Vegas, dude.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
For sure. That's why I'd rather stay home.
Misha just said, I just sent you a free lead today. He did I'm gated in it, though. You know.
Ungating's been a little tougher. I don't know if you guys have having similar experiences.
It is. It's been so annoying, dude. Like, I'm not even trying to get ungated anymore. Have to wait till they stop being like that.
They got tough, which is good, but it's definitely some extra hurdles that I'm trying to do right now. We'll get there.
You think they're gonna? You think it's gonna be that hard? I mean, right now, it's because it's Q4, I guess.
This happened last year too.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
During the year, you could send in a blank PDF or something, and then they would okay you. But now
someone sent a picture of their dog.
Shoot, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Millennial Mom said she met Misha at ASD. I was at ASD too in February. Kevin was too.
Yeah, I think they're talking about April, whenever that was. August, my bad.
April. That's so funny.
I didn't know Misha pulled up to ASD.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we got 2 minutes. We like to keep these nice and 1 hour in and out.
Heck yeah.
All right. So Paulo, no plans for the Christmas, just family time. Try not to eat too much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing just a little gingerbread building thing for the family. So we're gonna have
Like a competition.
it's not a competition, but it's basically just building the same gingerbread house different ways.
Everybody should put $20 in.
This guy.
For the best one,
Yeah.
we'll lose to one guy because this one guy we have in our family, he's just very
Artistic.
awesome, very artistic, and he's just good. So like last year, oh my god, his house blew us away. We're like, what? So I'll just give him the money from the beginning. It's like, here you go, you just won.
Misha says I met Melissa at ASD as well. Okay, boys and girls, it's story time for my kids. Yes.
All right, Misha.
Y'all. Good luck.
Dad too.
Dad duty.
Everybody's signing off right now.
Speaking of dad duty, I'm on daddy duty as well.
That's why he's been muting his mic.
Yeah.
Like, take the
Yeah.
kid, man.
I'm about to. All right. Well, Paolo, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. Probably have you on more and more, but it was good. Episode 4 of Nightcap.
Let's get it.
Thank
All
you
right.
guys. I appreciate the invitation. I would love to be back, and thank you so much. And you guys have been doing a great job, and love watching the replays.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will be live next week. I don't think we plan on taking any time off. Christmas kind of falls on a weekend, so that's
Yeah,
great.
this is what it is.
All right. Well, have a good night. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
See you guys.
See ya.